He wants to just discontinue paying spousal support when I've been the housewife for over 33 years.
In the matter of the marriage of Kathy Ann Pulse and John Albert Pulse, case number 2024 DM 349. The petitioner, Kathy, appears apparently representing herself at this point, her previous attorney having withdrawn from this case. Riley Broyles appears as counsel for John in this case, who apparently is appearing in the office of his attorney by Zoom. This matter comes before the court at this time for a pretrial conference. The court does have respondents' pretrial questionnaire. Appreciate that, counsel. Your client's position is clear to the court. Kathy, I don't have a pretrial questionnaire from you.
I didn't know I needed to give one.
All right. Have you had an opportunity to look at the respondent's pretrial questionnaire?
Briefly. I do have issues, though.
Okay. Have you communicated your issues to Ms. Broyles?
We tried when I had an attorney before, but the numbers on like Morgan Stanley and everything else, it keeps changing. So I wanted you here as a witness to everything. I wanted to ask questions of like it's ridiculous. The difference.
What's ridiculous?
He has listed like the Celica and the Cadillac.
Because what unfolds in these opening moments is the kind of courtroom tension you can feel through the screen. The judge calls the case, the attorneys line up, and instantly the imbalance hits. Kathy stands alone, representing herself, while John sits protected behind counsel. The judge quickly notes that Kathy never submitted a pretrial questionnaire, and the atmosphere shifts. He's calm, but firm. She admits she didn't know she needed one, and from that point forward, every word she speaks reveals confusion, frustration, and a growing sense that she's walking into this fight without armor. Meanwhile, the attorney's polished responses contrast sharply with Kathy's raw uncertainty.
As assets, and those were gifts. And the original amounts that were on listed, like the Morgan Stanley, for it was originally $820,432.11, and now it's $800,758.55. That's almost a difference of $20,000. And the portfolio management, there's a difference of almost 15. And the UMA 4897, there's a difference of almost, well, a little over 7,100.
All right. Can you explain these discrepancies, Ms. Broyles?
From here, the tension rises as Kathy begins pointing to numbers she believes don't add up. Old spreadsheets, shifting figures, investment accounts, all of it pours out rapidly, almost like she's been waiting months for someone to finally listen. She calls the discrepancies ridiculous, and you can hear the frustration catch in her voice. The judge turns to the attorney, who stays composed, explaining that earlier spreadsheets were incomplete and newer ones were updated with more accurate Morgan Stanley statements. It's a calm, strategic reply that immediately softens Kathy's accusations, but it doesn't soothe her. The judge presses for consistency in valuation dates, and Kathy jumps back in, clinging to the January numbers she has, certain they prove her point.
Yes, to a degree, Your Honor. So the original amounts that we had listed were from a old spreadsheet, and then we were able, from Morgan Stanley, and then we were able to obtain more accurate information from Morgan Stanley with updated statements, and so we updated the spreadsheets accordingly. The first couple spreadsheets, we didn't have all of the information we needed, but since that time, we have received the correct information. And I believe, I have to double check my email, but I believe we provided that information to Ms. Poles' previous attorney way prior to her withdrawal in the case, Your Honor.
Right. Is there consistency in the valuation date on this spreadsheet?
Yes, I believe they're as close as we can get it, Your Honor. There should be.
Okay.
Okay, well, wait a minute. The date. Let's see. On this spreadsheet, it was January 28th of 25. When was the last time you received information from Morgan Stanley? Let's
So
see.
the figures that we are using for the Morgan Stanley account are from December 2024 reports.
Yeah, this is from January. These differences are from January.
I'm not sure, Your Honor, I'm not sure what she's looking at, so it's hard for me to say what she's looking at versus what it was included in her pretrial questionnaire. And I mean, frankly, at trial, I'm happy to provide all of the supporting documentation that supports the figures that are on our spreadsheet. So I don't want to box myself into a corner by making statements. I don't have the statements. I wasn't prepared to fully discuss those today. So
This section becomes a tug-of-war between confusion and control. Kathy insists the numbers keep shifting, even today, while the attorney reiterates that market changes naturally affect investment accounts. The judge agrees, values go up, values go down. But Kathy pivots hard, accusing John of moving money into Morgan Stanley right after a restraining order and claiming she never received the $75,000 difference she says she was owed. She piles on assets listed as gifts, the house, inheritance money. Her frustrations spill into every direction. The judge finally stops her, reminding her this isn't trial day. He just needs to know what's in dispute, but it's clear she's been carrying all of this alone, waiting for a moment to unload the weight of months.
All right.
Oh, and
So you're requesting this court establish a valuation date, essentially of date of filing, which would relate back to September of 2024. Is that correct, Ms. Broyles?
yes, Your Honor. I will say kind of a caveat. One of our the Morgan Stanley figures that we're going off of are from a December 2024 report that we have, and that was as close as I believe as close as we could get it to the date of filing.
All right. Is there any problem with that being the valuation date, Kathy?
no, not at all, but the numbers have changed. I mean, even the one that I received today have changed since January.
All right. I'm not surprised that
This-
account values would change even on a monthly basis. Either they're going to go up or down.
Absolutely, but it was ordered by the court for accounts to be frozen at the November 1st court
Has there
date.
been invasion of these accounts?
There has not, Your Honor. I would assume that any changes are as a result of the market changing. These are investment accounts.
All right. That certainly seems logical.
Okay. So also the money that he took out of the checking account when he was issued the restraining order and gave it to Morgan Stanley, that needs to be put back. I was supposed to be issued $75,000 in difference because of what was sent to Morgan Stanley. It was half of what he had sent to Morgan Stanley as an investment. And I never got that back. As well as he wants me to give him the house. And he's talking about his father's Cadillac or Corvette, which I have no issues in just giving him because it's an heirloom. But I also used my inheritance to put a down payment on that house of $60,000. And we bought that house together. So why would I just give it to him? That
And I don't
makes
know
no
why you're
sense.
getting into this today.
Well, exactly. I don't.
This isn't a trial. And I just wanted to determine if we have disputes and what issues are in dispute. Really, these discussions might be better held with Ms. Broyles.
Here the tone darkens. The judge tells her bluntly that she actually does know the disputes because she's identified plenty. Then he gives an order, 14 days to formally respond to the pretrial questionnaire. Kathy agrees, but suddenly veers into something much heavier: accusations of perjury at a previous hearing, transcripts she can't afford, and late spousal support payments that leave her stranded. The judge warns her carefully: if she's going to make accusations like identity theft or forgery, she'll need hard proof. The attorney calls the claims baseless. It's a moment where the courtroom energy hangs in the air, silent, tense, because everyone knows these are not small claims. They are accusations that can change everything if even partially true.
If you have a complaint with their proposal, they've at least laid out for you what they're going to be proposing to the court. You haven't done that for them.
I did.
I understand.
I don't know the law. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And also
Well, actually, I think you do, because you seem to be able to identify disputes quite readily where your problems are with their proposal. Here would be my suggestion. In fact, it'll be my order. Kathy, if you're going to represent yourself on this thing, then I'm going to establish 14 days from today's date for you to give a formal response to Ms. Broyles on the issues on the pretrial questionnaire.
Okay.
If it could be done in a manner that she could understand, you might even just take a copy of it, write your comments on it. I'm not going to tell you what format to use, but if you've got an issue with what her proposals are, you let her know what those issues are. And
Okay.
why.
And
You have 14 days to do that, because I think Ms. Broyles needs to know what's in dispute and what isn't.
okay. As well as perjury and
I don't know what you mean by perjury.
on the trial from November 1st.
Okay, there wasn't a trial on November 1st.
Well,
There was a hearing conducted.
he got on the stand and basically just he lied, just outright lied. And it's $4 a page to have it printed out in Butler County, to have the transcript printed. I can't afford that.
The judge tries to regain control, acknowledging that almost nothing in this case is undisputed. Property valuation, division, support, every category is a battlefield. And then Kathy reveals the emotional core. After 33 years as a housewife, John wants to end spousal support. When the judge asks if she can return to work, she describes a body worn down from surgeries, pain, and a loss of mobility. Her voice shifts, less frustration now, more exhaustion. She insists she doesn't drink, doesn't take pain meds, doesn't have income, and is struggling physically. It's the first moment where the courtroom pauses, not from legal conflict, but from the raw explanation of how life has unfolded for her off the record.